don't know me, I'm Colin. I'm Andrew's stepson. And quite honestly, I thought this was going to be a much smaller affair, and I'm not a good public speaker. So I'm just going to read verbatim what I wrote. And do horribly, probably. Okay, so on August 13th, Andrew asked me to give a toast at his wedding. Exactly 2 weeks before his wedding, and about 6 months after he knew he was going to get married. For those of you who don't know Andrew all that well, this particular request landed exactly in what I like to call Andrew time, which is a mysterious place in which the rules of the normal universe don't apply, and time is relative to tea times and Andy Mayberry reruns. After I agreed to give a toast, he sent me a text saying, quote, "Super, first come, first serve, piss on your brother." It was then that I knew that an honor had been bestowed upon me. The text went on, quote, "P.S. This is not a roast!" Exclamation point. But it'd be unfair to roast Andrew. Not unfair to him, mind you, but unfair to all of you. Just a long string of bad puns, mustache insults, and fart jokes. And maybe a few cracks about a golfing or retelling his favorite zinger, about a leprechaun talking to a drunk in a bathroom on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. Of course, that would be inappropriate to tell here, largely because my grandmother is likely still stewing over my earlier use of the word shit, which was actually in the original version that apparently got cut off from here. And despite the fact that I'm technically an adult who's much larger than her, she can still kick the crap out of me. But the one story I will tell, and I'm not sure exactly why this stayed with me, it happened when I first became introduced to Andrew as a stepdad. So I was probably 12 or so, just old enough to be an obnoxious smartass, and just young enough to be really annoying too. I can't remember what the fight it was about. Something to do with an argument between me and my brother, or me and my stepbrother, or me and my stepsister, or between me and my parents over something I said to my brother or my stepbrother or my stepsister. Bottom line, I probably said or did something stupid, and I got busted. And naturally, Andrew got on my case about it, and naturally, I got mad at him for getting mad at me. And then it was just him and me, this pubescent know-it-all stepkid, and this gigantic blonde who was suddenly an authority figure in my life. But what Andrew did is he sat me down, and he told me I had one of two options. Option A, we apologized to each other and decided to move past it, and give each other a hug, try to be better because of it. Or option B, I get to hit him as hard as I can. And being a naive kid who didn't know when to jump at a prime opportunity, I took the former. And knowing my family in the audience, I should probably clarify that the former would be the first option. But that's the kind of guy Andrew is. He's this big, hulking, affable fella, what the French affectionately refer to as a doofus, who might as well have fallen straight out of Mayberry, only to head to the nearest crappy Mexican restaurant in his way to the, quote, uni, unquote, for 9 holes of golf. But really, Andrew has this charm, this undeniable goofy guy draw that makes it impossible not to want to hug him rather than rightfully slug him as hard as possible. And that's our family. It's this weird collection of smartasses that's always bordered on chaos, but somehow managed to hold together despite remarriages, a few crappy cards dealt by the universe, and a whole lot of puberty. And I, quite frankly, don't know Mary that well. She stumbled into our crazy quantum family lifestyle at a time when most of its parts are scattered around the state, reforming mainly for holidays and Friday night pizza dinners amid bad sitcoms and even worse beer. But here you are, stepping into this bizarre world of Hansons and Wrigleys with a few Olsons peppered here. And they technically even shouldn't be a part of, That was an awkwardly worded sentence that I'm going to skip.
Can we put this on?
So ellipses, ellipses, ellipses. Obviously you make Andrew happy, and though it's completely cliche, that's all that matters. So I wish you more happiness and lots of really stupid fights that won't matter because you're happy. I want the two of you to be stupid and giddy and obnoxious to the point that everyone else is completely disgusted by your behavior. But you won't care. And me, I'll continue to be a smartass. And this family will remain a wonderfully dysfunctional patchwork of borderline crazy people. And my only advice is that when Andrew gives you two options, don't make the mistake I did. Just pull back and hit as hard as you can.